We're back. Joey's Wine Rack. I'm Joey Paisano, and we have guests. It's a special day in the neighborhood. Or, in this case, it's muy bueno en the barrio. Because we live in a weird place. So we've tasted 3 so far. Consensus across the board. Good stuff.
Good,
It was
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Nothing horrible, right?
No.
They were all good.
So we're going to do something special. And this one actually goes out to my friends, Kathleen and Frankie and everybody at Toad Hollow. I love Toad Hollow, and of course, certainly because of the wines, but because of the people too. We were kind of sharing in between takes and all that stuff. I love having a story to go along with it. I won't give you the full story, but these people are like family, and it's really, really cool. This one is Toad Hollow Risque. And Toad Hollow is actually out of Sonoma County in Healdsburg. This particular one though, they've got this wine, and they used to have another one. This one was actually made in Le Mans, France, or France. So I decided to do a little French for somebody over here. So we're gonna do this, and I can figure it out. Let's see if the college graduate can figure it out. And no, I won't put anybody's eye out with this. And I won't do like a certain someone I used to know. When we were at the restaurant, I used to work in an Italian restaurant. We were doing champagne for a table. And I'll say, she actually got the cage off. So you gotta take the cage off. Because, well, why do we put a cage on it? Because there's bubbles in there, and if you don't, in shipping and all that stuff, it's gonna go flying. Well, she actually had it down like this. That's tacky as hell. Now, no doubt, I know how to be tacky. But we're not going to do that. So, So we're having Toad Hollow Risque. And how would we say that in French? Risque.
Risque?
With a little. Let's see, does it say? It does not. But it says direct. What that means? I actually even know wine clubs. I'm special, I'm not just short. So it is a champagne style. Can't call it champagne because, anybody know?
It has to be from a certain region to be called champagne.
In?
France.
Exactly. You'll get bonus points later on. Yep, just like Chianti has to come from a very specific I am a trained professional. But you notice I didn't just pop it. So you do a little bit, and you can see, maybe you can see a little bit off.
You can tell we don't do this up. Just waiting.
I know, that's why I take longer.
Melissa still jumped.
See, no fuss, no muss, and not shooting it across the room and not, because what happens if you end up doing that and you pop it, you also loosen some of the wine, or sparkling wine, or champagne, or whatever. Who wants to do that? That ain't cool. And we use our drop stop. Remember, drop stop. It's the best thing for you. And since Sarah's up, lots of bubbles. Sorry. It raised up.
It doesn't smell as much fruity as the first one. Definitely a lot of bubbles. Seems very similar to the last one where it's a little more dry and not quite as fruity. It's so pretty good.
It's definitely a brut style, so brut's going to be a little bit more dry, so it's not going to be sweet. Although it's actually, generally speaking, it's on the sweet side for me, but not so sweet anyway. like you think that I'm kidding. I'll remember that. Because I'm the guy pouring. I promise you won't be last. And you're probably not going to want to swirl this in quite as much because of the fizzy effervescence. And on the back, as I'm reading it, it actually says sparkling wine, which means it did not come from
I can't figure out like the smell.
Oh yeah, I can't either. Tastes a lot like raisins.
the dried grapes.
No,
No, you're right.
it has a like very raisiny.
And typically,
This one's really sweet.
compared to the other ones,
Yeah, I think this is sweet.
It's the sweetest of the
It is
four.
like raisiny. Mm-hmm.
It's like you just ate a box of raisins.
Mm-hmm.
which gives it obviously that extra sugar, but
Very
also
light though.
give it a little extra stuff. It's the sugar.
It's yeah, it's really light. in
So
color.
it's not green. It's
No.
very clear.
Mm-mm.
And you can
Very
still see the
clear.
bubbles.
Mhm.
Now, that being all said, we've not really used the proper glasses for this because typically in the champagne style, you want to use the champagne flutes.
Mhm.
Do you have to? Of course not. I mean, you can drink out of a coffee cup if you really want to. As long as it doesn't sound like coffee.
I don't even know what it smells like.
But with the wine, or excuse me, with the champagne glasses, you get to see the bubbles rise to the top. So it's all part of that presentation.
It doesn't have a strong smell.
No.
Toad Hollow, this is for you. And this is more of a dessert special occasion thing. This is probably going to go actually really good with like the brownies. It's a little sweet to it. It'd go well with cheesecake. It'd probably go better, I would say, probably with the strawberries and the watermelon perhaps, than some of the other stuff. Not going to go particularly well with some of the cheeses we've got. Certainly the spicy chicken and beef that we're going to be doing. And a really cool thing with this is if you're not going to drink the whole thing, it actually has got a little stop and crank it down. And
How long would something like that last before the bubbles would be?
well, like my house, or in
Well, no, my house it wouldn't last long either. But in general, for somebody who's like not drinking it every night,
Sure.
how long would it?
it's an
be?
excellent question. And this is probably going to, you can figure about a week.
Mhm.
And the really cool thing about this, the reason why they've got this, is because you can see by the cork, there's no way you're getting that back
No.
in there.
No.
That's very cool. Mhm.
So they're like,
So the
"Oh."
bubbles would still last that long?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Wow.
As long as you seal it up right away. If you leave it sitting out on the counter
Mhm.
for a couple hours and then try to seal it up, it's
Mhm.
not going to last as long.
'Cause
but-
they have more air.
Yeah, but realistically, it's only got that much hole in it to get air to. But once it gets in there, it's got this much space. So, how do we rate this one?
I give this one a 7.
So,
6.
please.
It's kind of hard to compare them because this one would you won on a different occasion.
Sure, absolutely.
You know, because I do like how light and sweet it is, like for a glass with dessert or something like that. But I wouldn't have it as often as I maybe have some of those other ones.
Good job.
It's definitely, like she says, almost like comparing apples and oranges.
Right.
This is very sweet, and it doesn't have the citrusy bite
Mhm.
that the others have. So I think it's different. It's hard to compare to the others.
my personal taste, I'm gonna give it a 5 just because it's more sweet,
Mhm.
and I like, so I don't like it as much.
Right. So again, very different,
Yeah.
different feels for it.
Mhm.
I know, I did this one specifically in this section because I'm gonna also taste it on the second session as well. But this is more of a special occasion.
Right.
And really, you all are here, so it's a special occasion. Thank you
Yay.
for hanging out. And that's it.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.